It is here, my friends. We have the UFL inaugural schedule for 2024. We'll break it all down. So they finally announced it early this morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Will feature 43 games, including 40 regular season games, 2 conference championships, and 1, of course, mega championship. Fans can watch the games on major networks, including ABC, Fox, ESPN, FS1, and ESPN2, with 72% of the games airing on broadcast television. That is a huge point. So some other things we have going on, of course, the season starts with the Birmingham Stallions against Arlington Renegades at Choctaw Stadium. And then, of course, will be split in 2 conferences. You've got the XFL and the USFL conference. There'll be a mix of 6 in-conference games and 4 interconference matchups for each teams. That's kind of how it's broken up. The conference championship will pit the top 2 teams with their respective divisions, and then the next 2 teams with the best records of their respective conferences. So this is basically the St. Louis Battlehawks rule, even though Arlington won, that St. Louis would have made the playoffs and Arlington wouldn't have, which I think is the best thing. You want the best teams in the playoff. Games will, of course, be on ESPN and ABC will be streamed on ESPN Plus, and Fox games will be streamed on Fox Sports app as well. Here's the breakdown. Of the 72 games, most of them will air on ABC, ESPN. So ABC gets 10, Fox gets 21, ESPN gets 10, and then ESPN2 gets 1, and FS1 gets 1. That is a huge thing. And this is something that we had talked about earlier, that was kind of the rumblings that most of the games were going to be on broadcast television, because that's the maximum. I mean, we see the traffic on the website, that those are always the biggest games. When they're on FS1 or ESPN2, they're kind of just nothing. I mean, we do get traffic, but when they're on ABC and Fox, and having Fox as the primary one with 21 games on there, I think that is outstanding, and that will certainly do well for the UFL. Some other things, single game tickets are available for pre-sale starting on February 20th for season ticket holders, and then the general public on February 22nd. And then we'll get into the matchups. And that's basically the gist of it. And then if you go to UFL News Hub, we actually have the full schedule. Not only that, but you can download the schedule. That's right. Something you can't do anywhere else. You can download the schedule to Apple Calendar, Outlook, or your Google Calendar. So you can have it all in right there. Also, what we have is the schedule broken down by teams. So if you go to schedules, you can pick the team, and we have all the games here. We'll get into that in a second. But the schedule to start the season off is you got 1 o'clock game. You've got the now these are Eastern times, by the way. So you have the Birmingham Stallions against the Renegades, 4 o'clock. You have the Battlehawks against the Michigan Panthers. America's team, DC Defenders, is at noon on the 31st against the Brahmas at the Alamo Dome, and then the Memphis Showboats against the Houston Roughnecks at 3 p.m. on and at Rice Stadium. And we'll have the channels here. We'll have to work on adding that to the list as well, so you know where the channels are. One of the other interesting things is that some of these games are actually going to be on at the same time. So if we go down to week 4, I think it was, you can see, like, here is Michigan Panthers, Brahmas, DC Defenders, Birmingham Stallions, all happening at the same time. Then those will be basically just like you're watching an NFL game, whatever your local network is, whatever is the closest one you'll have. I assume ESPN Plus or one of the other channels will carry the streaming version of it. If you get blacked out, I don't think that will be the case, but that's something to keep in mind. And that actually happens quite a bit. He got on the 27th. You're having the 7 p.m. kind of 2 games going on. Let's see where else, where we get the double games. But that happens a couple times throughout the season. Something new, here's on the May 26th. You've got 2:30 games as well. So that's something to keep an eye on as we reach out to finish the season with 10 games left. So we have the full schedule on UFL News Hub if you want to check it out. If you want to see it broken down by team, we also have that on UFL News Hub. But that is the gist of it. The schedule is out. We now have games. The first weekend is going to be Stallions at Renegades, Battlehawks at the Michigan Panthers. My DC Defenders, America's team, will be against the Brahmas, and then the Showboats against the Houston Roughnecks at Rice Stadium. So get your tickets now, your season tickets. You can sign up for all that stuff. We are now going to be in the process of starting to plan some events. get things going. All the DC Defenders games, actually the home games, are all on Sunday, which was something that was kind of interesting. And there's all other little nooks and little tidbits about the schedule that you can find out there. So this is it, my friends. The schedule is out. Again, if you want all the details, go to UFL News Hub. We have it all broken down, especially that you can download it to your phone, which is pretty dang cool. All right. So let us know what you think about the schedule. What do you think about week 1 in the season? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we finally have a schedule. So what's next? Rules, I guess.